It's definitely real. Yeah. Welcome back to Australia Mania. It's the only wrestling podcast called Australia Mania. I'm your host, Ricki, as always, joined by Michael Thompson.
Hello, hello.
David Yang.
Good afternoon.
Or morning, or wherever.
Good moment. Fuck, it's literally my gimmick.
It's literally your gimmick.
Literally my gimmick.
Never
Good
say
moment.
it at the start of the podcast.
Good moment.
It is the post-SummerSlam show. It's been a big, long weekend of wrestling in general. We had APW. Sorry, no, APW? No, sorry.
APW.
Wow, you
MCW.
fucking
There's so
smart.
Sorry, there's so many wrestling promotions in Melbourne. We had the APW 1 year show a couple of weeks ago. MCW 100 this weekend we went to. Then the next day was NXT.
It's almost like it's the equivalent of saying, yo, I was at a Ring of Honor house show. But then it's like, yo, so I went to Impact last night. Fuck, dude.
But we had 5 days of wrestling. We had 5 days of wrestling this week. We had MCW 100, TakeOver, SummerSlam, Raw, SmackDown, and we're here to break it all down.
But before we do, I've actually just seen a late tweet from Stephen Amell. Becoming friends with Cody Rhodes over the past few years has been an exceptional experience. I'm going to have a great match at All In for a variety of reasons. The main one, I don't want to let him down. Cody quoted the tweet saying, wrestling doesn't have to be in your blood to get in your blood. Go out there and live forever, friends.
Good moment.
Did you guys see the Christopher... Because he's fighting Christopher Daniels at All In.
It's going to be good.
Fuck, that's coming up in like 2 weeks too. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude. First, isn't it?
Yeah, the 1st of
Yeah.
September. But Christopher Daniels cut a promo on All In this week.
Or did he?
In a Marvel t-shirt, which is even funnier. But it was fucking brilliant. It was a really, really good promo. Cut it on Stephen Amell, which I quite enjoyed. But yeah, where do we want to kick off with this week? Because it's been a massive week. There's a lot to talk about.
Should we start locally first and then work our way there? Because we
All right.
Start with the news.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you have the news?
Yeah, Michael, start with the news.
All right,
Start with the news.
I'll bring up some news first, and then we'll go from there. So,
Is there any news? Do we have any news?
Well, we got him on the leash here. He wasn't prepared. So
I wasn't prepared for
We're
this.
getting fucking hit us with the news.
well, I've
huh?
only decided to start doing a podcast midway. Fucking.
Excuse me, what?
Time for the news.
So, some stuff that's happened in news for those who've just missed it as well. The New Day are now a 5-time WWE Tag Team Champions after being the Bludgeon Brothers. Yeah,
5-time.
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 5-time. WWE
5-time.
World Tag Team Champions. They beat the Bludgeon Brothers, which means, guys, one thing and one thing
Got us
only.
all time.
The Bludgeon Brothers experiment, the novelty has just worn off with the Bludgeon Brothers.
Well,
Thank God.
also apparently Rowan's injured, so that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think that they're
Oh, do you
their
reckon
time
they're
as
the
champion-
worst tag team of all time?
Shut up.
Fucking
In other news
idiots.
as well, there's some NXT call-ups coming up very, very shortly as well. Some rumor names I'll get to you very, very shortly. But what do we think of NXT TakeOver? NXT TakeOver I thought was really, really good.
Is that the only news you have?
We saw some very interesting... Shut up, I'm still going. But apparently the two massive NXT call-ups that WWE are thinking of bringing up to the main roster in a couple of weeks' time, Shayna Blaze and EC3. Apparently the
Shayna
two...
Baszler.
Shayna Baszler,
Shayna
sorry.
Blaze.
I'm thinking...
Are they calling EC3? Yes! I fucking called it. As soon as he debuted, I'm just like, dude, this man is not staying in NXT for long.
Well,
All right,
okay.
This boy's got a gimmick.
Do you reckon that it was him always going to be planned, or do you think that there's some backlash from Velveteen Dream's tights over the weekend? That's
No.
stopped his call.
No, I think that there was initial backlash, but he's been put over a lot for it now recently.
Mate, like people are talking about it. Like that was it was genius.
And if you haven't got that piece of news there, Michael, I'll give it to you for ya.
Okay, done.
Jim Ross has come out on the Dream incident, and he's straight up just called it. Dream is a Mania main eventer in a couple of years' time.
I could see
Is what he
that.
said. Couple of years.
Well, how old is he at the moment?
JR knows, man. JR knows, man.
He does, but I'm still extremely worried.
By the way,
about
JR, thanks for hacking me. I literally said that myself.
I'm still worried as to what Vince is going to do with him when he comes up. So
That's always going to be the problem,
I'm kind of glad that if it's going to be EC3, then it makes sense.
Well, the question is now: is the Velveteen Dream destined to become like one of the? He won't be the youngest world champion in history, but is he destined to become one of the youngest world champions of the 21st century? Will he be in the same lineage as Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton?
Shoot.
It's
hard to say, but given how young the man is,
He's
for how
23.
talented he is, he has the gimmick too, right? Obviously, we don't know if the gimmick's a longevity one. I think it is, personally. I think there's a lot you can do to it. It's just about what they do with it. he could be up there. He could finish up there because of just how young he is. Because it's so unusual now to see that.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
It's
Coming in
more,
less than 25 years old into the industry like that.
It's a more refined and I think more palatable Goldust.
Don't say that.
Sort of
don't compare him.
Like
to
I'm just saying, like
Goldust.
sort of gimmick. Like it's not obviously cut and dry, the same thing, but it is still that very like.
I'd give you Macho Man.
Yeah, but the effeminate side of his gimmick, which
I'll give you Macho Man meets Goldust.
okay, no, that's fine.
All right,
That's fair.
Macho Man meets Goldust.
As we also saw as well at SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan took an L against The Miz, which means that Daniel Bryan
In match of the night, by the way.
has re-signed with the
Talk about
company. Still waiting on word on how many years he's re-signed with the deal with. Dolph Ziggler, the reason why he dropped the Intercontinental Championship to Seth Rollins is because apparently he's going to wait until the end of September for his contract to expire. He's not re-signing a new deal with WWE.
He said that so many years in a row.
There-
though.
Yeah, he said that
But
last year.
there's also talk that he's officially burnt out and he wants to focus on his stand-up comedy career for a little while before.
Shoot, I don't blame him. Look, honestly, the guy, we're not going to sit back at the end of the day and say Ziggler is shit. All right, the
No.
guy has done it all in the industry.
Had a good career.
Multiple-time world champion.
Yep.
Litany of mid-card belts, tag belts. Honestly, do you reckon he's Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Just for the just the longevity, like how long
Yeah.
he's been with the same company.
14
like
years he's been with the company.
Yeah,
Because
he's
he
not
started
alone.
as Chavo Guerrero, Kerwin White's caddy.
So there you go. He's Hall of Fame. He's got a Hall of Fame career to him.
Yeah.
If
Like,
if the
if I'm
fucking
him-
if the fucking Godfather and like a Papa Shango are in the goddamn Hall of Fame, Dolph Ziggler is in the Hall.
Okay, I'm not considering it from that perspective. I'm talking about like he's a legitimate class of Hall
Yeah,
of Fame.
no,
like
he is.
first ballot.
He is a
right?
legitimate Hall
And
of Famer.
you got to make mention as well that Ciampa's a future Hall of Famer too because he started as Muhammad Hassan's lawyer back in 2005.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Calling Ciampa a fucking Hall of Famer already.
'Cause
this is why we don't listen to
he's
Michael.
been a company for 13 years because he was Muhammad
This is why we
Hassan's
don't
lawyer.
listen. This day
No,
is
I mean, he
literally...
was in the-
So if Ciampa retires now...
He came in and then he fucked off to PWG and
Yeah.
Ring of Honor for ages. He wasn't. He's not
If
been with the
Ciampa
company for 13
retires
years.
now, is he the fucking Hall of Famer that you
No,
think he is?
not
You're
yet.
retarded. No shit. My God, that is so stupid. That is the dumbest...
All right, calm down.
There's two other bits of information I want to give to you guys really quickly as well.
Yes.
Nikki Bella has officially revealed the reason why her and John Cena are no longer together is because the simple fact
cares?
Cena does not want kids.
Who cares?
Moving on. Daniel Cormier has made
Cormier.
Cormier,
That's
sorry.
like 4 times he's botched that. Every time
Shut
he brings
up.
it up.
Daniel Cormier has officially taken it to Brock Lesnar via social media. He started the smack talking. Cormier is actually a massive pro wrestling fan, so he's lapping up in the moment. So this is the tweet he put out after Brock Lesnar got defeated by Roman Reigns. Old Brock is looking smaller through the middle. He getting ready to really come and get that ass whipped. Have fun in this WWE title match because when we clash, I'm in that ass. No more title now. He can come and chase mine. Sorry, Brock. Result will be the same.
Throwing shade.
Shade.
Throwing some shade on Lesnar.
That's fine though. Bring it on. Like, okay. Can we open with that?
Oh,
I think we'll just open with
By,
like.
by the way, I'm done with the news for this week.
Okay. Thank you for
So-
interrupting me.
No worries.
Can
Go
we just
ahead.
open with that? Brock's gone, right?
Like I said it to your boys before. If this, like, come on, let's be serious. If this does feel like he's done,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, they couldn't have come to a contract.
We had the tease the next
He's
night.
41.
We had the tease the next night
Mm.
of Heyman coming in and saying that Brock wants his rematch clause.
At Hell in a Cell.
Angle saying it's not going to happen for a while. So I think that the door is still open.
Yeah,
But
I think it's pretty.
he's gone for now.
He's
and
gone
for
for
a
now, he's
long,
gone for now.
and for a long
and
time.
for a while. He's
Yeah.
gone for a while. I think we're now at a point now where Lesnar's just an attraction draw. He's not a belt holder anymore.
Are we going to miss him? Are we going to miss?
I am. Come on.
I know you. I know you are. But I think as a wrestling collective,
We are
of
not
fans,
going to. We're not going to notice it
right away.
But it's going to be something that you will eventually. Because
I
let's be
think
serious,
I
man.
think come Rumble and WrestleMania season next year, we're going to start to feel that pang of just like, where's Brock?
I think he'll be at Mania.
I think he'll be at Mania
I think
too.
he'll do a Mania. That's what I'm saying now. I
But
think
like,
we're now at a point where Brock's
and we discussed this last week. It's like when that fight realistically is going to take place with Cormier, he's probably not going to be there for Rumble.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take place in January, and that fight also takes place in January.
And the question beckons as well with Lesnar is, does he get his rematch at WrestleMania against the Universal Champion?
And let's be serious too. If he wins the belt, then he has to stay in UFC.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
it's like
so
this is why he didn't resign, because I feel like there's a lot of contingency on the other side where it's just like, well, look, Brock, if you win the belt, shit, now you have to defend it again. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can't just.
And there's definitely a fight with Stipe or John Jones waiting for him after he fights
Yeah,
Cormier. Should he win? But with wrestling, I think the door's always going to be open, and I think as much as Brock is portrayed on TV as someone who doesn't appreciate.
No,
the
you
WWE.
know he's
He loves
very
it.
much.
He doesn't love it.
He doesn't love it, but he respects the industry.
He respects
very
it, and he knows that there's always a big payday in it for him. And that's what he's about.
And you can't say he doesn't respect it. He did the clean drop.
He did, and he was selling for selling for
He
both.
sells for everyone.
I know, but he was doing a really good job of selling for Roman and Braun. I love that. Just like one of the lasting images we're going to have of Brock Lesnar is him throwing the briefcase the entire length of the ramp.
Oh, he threw it back to Raw
and breaking the fucking the screen, which was fucking brilliant.
That was awesome.
One of the fucking hottest tweets I saw from the weekend was Brock threw it so hard that it's going to fall from the top of the center on Raw the next night.
Yeah,
he threw it through time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it went into the future. Yeah, but I think like. Yeah, right now we're just like, thank God Brock's gone. The belt's back on TV.
Yeah.
But we are going to get to that point in about 6 months' time when we're starting to look towards Mania and just being like, because like this year I felt as much as good as SummerSlam was, and we're going to get to that when we really delve into SummerSlam in a moment. But I missed Cena.
I did too.
First time in 15 years, no John at SummerSlam, and when I looked at that match card. As much as they turned it around, and it was actually a very, very solid show, looking at that match card, I was like, "Where's the real top level talent here?"
But this is why it's like it's so bittersweet. But we're now officially in this new era.
Yeah,
we're very much officially, and because Seth came out, we talked about last week, I'm pretty sure, but Seth has come out and just been like, look, if we can't start pushing these new guys as stars and relying on the old guys, we're not gonna get anywhere in the industry. No. And I feel like it seems like now with Brock passing the torch, we'll use that term, passing the torch.
Dolph Ziggler potentially
Dolph Ziggler dipping
at the door as well.
We got Seth now with the mid-card belt. We got Roman with the top one. We got the WWE champion. Shinny with the mid-card. Rousey's very much still going to be in the industry for a while.
Daniel Bryan's just re-signed with the company as well, which is good.
Yeah. Like, we're looking at this, and we're now very much officially in the new era.
And like, you could look at this now and say...
But which is, you add on to that, to the fact that now it does seem like Brock is done, right? At least for being... We called him part-time before, but now he's literally just going to be attraction. That is what hurts me, because he's been consistent with the industry since 2012.
Yeah.
Like, he's been consistent. It's been 6 years
of
consistent part-time guy. Like, we know he's going to be here a couple of times a year. He's going to be in part of some big things. But now it just seems like once again the door is very much ajar. Not halfway open, but ajar.
And I was going to say, there's only 4 superstars, right, or 4 wrestlers right now you can actually say who are veterans in the WWE right now. And they're
full-timers?
At full-timers,
okay,
yeah.
At full-time positions?
So, and all 4 of them, coincidentally, they're all on SmackDown. Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, The Miz.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said Miz.
They're the only 4 veterans we've got on the roster. If you look at Raw, Raw's got the youngest-looking roster. They've barely got any veterans full-time on that roster right now.
I mean, Bobby Lashley.
Lashley, but you could say Lashley, but he was
but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, because, and I feel like
people that are stuck fat with the company for, aside from Jeff Hardy, stuck fat with the company for the longest part of this decade, that are still around.
Yeah,
and technically Cena, I know he's a free agent, but he got drafted to SmackDown from the very first inception of the rebrand was always that. That was literally their motif. It was like, this is the veterans brand. Raw is very much the turning of the new era. It changed when Goldberg came back and won it, and then Brock subsequently held it, and then that's where the culture changed. And like, I feel like that's part of the reason why we're looking back at Brock's reign now and going a little bit, because it was meant to be the Raw culture. You had literally from the very beginning, Finn won it, boy just came from the NXT. Then it was Kevin Owens, and he held it for 100+ days. It was very much the new era brand.
And then
you had guys on SmackDown that were still like, you had the WWE champion, John Cena won it,
Dean Ambrose won it.
Dean had it when he first started. Bray picked it up. Randy had it. Right, like it's the older boys had it.
Yeah,
that's like it's very much still that.
Would you call Bray Wyatt a veteran as well, or would you say he's still in that newish?
No, he's not new, but he's not veteran.
No.
So like veteran, like you got good 10+ year tenure.
Because Matt Hardy's retired. Well, he's not retired yet, but he's close to retiring.
Don't go counting his chickens for him, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't go counting his pockets.
But
right?
he's close to retiring.
Well, the good thing is he's been posting a bunch of photos and that with a lot of the producers and that. So
yeah,
if
he's shadowing producers.
If he goes into that producer role and he starts booking matches, he could be a very, very good booker for WWE going forward. Because he has that mind where he got that freedom in Impact to go and book stuff like the broken stuff and the Ultimate Deletion, all that sort of stuff. So he has that mind where he can not only as a wrestler book a match, but as a producer go and say, like, this is what we need to do. So I think him, if he does move into this role where he gets to stay with the company and Jeff's going to hang around, and I think it's just the goodwill of the Hardys, having them in WWE in whatever aspect is the best thing for them.
You pay for the name, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
you don't need them to be on the card anymore, but you know that their quality.
You know what the scary thing was about Impact as well, back when the Hardys were doing all this sort of stuff? The Hardys were the two highest paid people in Impact at that point in time wrestling.
Oh, they would be.
They were higher than EC3. They were higher than a lot of the other people. They were even higher than Lashley. Lashley was getting good money, but he wasn't getting the same money as the Hardys were.
Because name brand pays for itself.
The Hardy name is worth a lot in the world of wrestling.
It is.
You immediately, whether or not he's only working part-time or whatever, you're immediately slapping Jeff with at least 6 figures, high 6 figures.
Yeah.
Solely for the fact that he's Jeff Hardy, right? And like I was talking about it with a couple of mates a couple of days ago. Jeff don't need the strap. We're all talking about how Jeff's doing the mid-card scene and all that.
It's fine.
But we're looking at this now. We're not going, Jeff deserves to win the US belt. No, Jeff Hardy, in of his own name, brings eyes to the set.
And he had a fucking hell of a shine on SmackDown today.
He did,
He did too.
That was amazing.
damn.
Jeff's a month ago, he's like, my back's sore.
Yeah.
Right? My back's sore.
Jeff's
and
like-
then he goes and takes a fucking swanton on the hardest part of the ring at SummerSlam.
Oh.
And then he goes out and puts Randy through a table with this. My back's sore, he says.
Do you know what Jeff's saying?
This fucking guy.
Jeff's probably like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to do shit.
Yeah, he's going to send himself into
Like
retirement.
backstage.
If I have to go to retirement, I'm going to do it myself.
But he wants to do retirement on his back. He wants to go into retirement on his back until he physically can't do the
He's
swan
going to keep
anymore.
hitting that back until it's going to retire him.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, all right, we'll get to a lot of that when we get to SmackDown. SmackDown, SummerSlam, all that stuff. But first of all, MCW 100 this weekend. How sick was it, boys?
It was a pretty good spectacle.
It was a fucking good
Yeah,
show.
I got pretty lit.
You did. You got,
I got pretty
like,
lit.
we're all pretty, you drove, so you didn't get as drunk as the rest of us. But
I had a few, though.
you had a couple.
I got pretty lit.
Yeah, you got pretty lit. Connor was,
Connor was gone.
Connor
was pretty
dude.
fucked, and then I was sort of trailing you. But I knew when to slow down, and I slowed down at the right time.
You were responsible.
Responsible-ish.
Fucking
But
bitches,
the actual show itself was fucking good fun. Really good.
It was.
fun
It was
show.
really,
Like,
really, really good fun.
They,
It was
they,
really good
they
fun.
packed out the majority of MSAC.
Yeah.
Which
About
was
900 people.
there's about 900 to 1,000, I reckon, that were there.
No, they came out. I think it was 1,200.
No, it wasn't.
They didn't get 1,200.
It wasn't
No.
1,200.
It was close though. It was pretty
inflation.
close.
Inflation of the numbers a bit.
Oh, yeah.
as typical wrestling does.
That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
But you know, I reckon I could easily say like 900 to 1,000 probably there. Some great matches. Obviously, we had the two main events: Jonah Rock versus Tetsuya Naito, and Slex the Business versus Will Ospreay.
Objectively, Slex and Ospreay took match of the night.
I think it was. I think it was
110%.
better.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, because I know you're
was-
coming in with a bit of that bias.
Well,
And so am I. Look, let's be
look-
serious. I'm the biggest Jonah Rock fan that there ever existed.
and Naito is my favorite guy in New Japan right now that isn't named Kenny Omega.
yeah.
Or Chris Jericho.
No, see, I don't like Chris Jericho, and I do like Chris Jericho in New Japan, but the Crow gimmick I'm not a big fan of.
I love it.
But for the most part, Naito is because it's tranquilo, baby, and I love that he gave his post match little thing completely in Spanish instead of doing it in Japanese.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
guy.
Which he's so into the tranquilo gimmick. He listed off all the other members of Lij. And actually that's something you missed in news. Fucking Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Guy broke his neck.
Guy broke his neck. God damn it, it's not
Takahashi.
Thank you.
Fucking hell, dude. Come on.
Sorry, it's. I'm awake.
You're the Japan mark.
I know.
You're the Japan mark. We got fucking Impact over here, and we just got overall greatest wrestling commentator in me.
Takahashi this week relinquished the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. He's going to be out for at least 12 months.
Strap it on Bill.
Well, they're doing a
strap it on villain.
They're doing a tournament.
Yeah, I know that.
To decide the.
Strap it on Bill.
Yeah, I would be happy with it.
Yeah, Marty
getting the belt because he's fucking awesome. Or Will can go back there and win it again. I'd have no issue with that. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Slex and Will Ospreay had easily match of the night. It was fucking awesome.
It was good to see Bad Luck Fale take 3 bumps and
he did nothing.
He
did fucking nothing.
Don't you stiff Bad Luck, bro.
Hey,
if I have to have a career like anyone in the industry, I'm having one like Bad Luck.
Actually, do you know what?
Then again, he's saying he was too old for this shit.
Yeah, man. But I think the biggest thing that sort of went under the radar is the fact that Mr. Juicy Gambino is officially a member of OJBC.
Yeah.
Firing Squad.
Squad.
Because I heard them, so I'm just like, for real?
160 kilos, man, comes in.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
But yeah, he's now officially a member of Firing Squad. He's the only Australian member of Bullet Club.
I'm hearing rumours as well that apparently Gino Gambino, as soon as he drops the MCW heavyweight title to maybe a Dowie James or something like that, apparently he's going to...
Bro, Tomei.
To either Time or Stevie.
No, it's Tomei. Tomei's better.
Apparently, Gino...
Hey, he won.
He's undefeated in singles match.
Apparently, Juicy's going to... he's been offered a contract full-time to go wrestle in New Japan.
Fuck yeah.
So, as soon as he drops the belt, he's going to head over to Japan and wrestle over there.
Yeah. After what I saw with his match on Friday night, Saturday night, it was, he's a guy that I would love to see and go over there in the mold of like someone like a Michael Elgin, just be like that huge, just massive brawler that is just like you don't get. There's only a couple of them in New Japan, and they don't have too many of them, which is good.
Japan love the big boys,
but yeah,
they
use them. They use them sparingly because you've only got like Michael Elgin. Used to have War Machine, but they're gone now.
Yep.
You got Bad Luck Fale in that super heavyweight sort of division, but they use them in the right way. They use them sparingly.
So don't pretend like they're world
exactly because you
champions.
can have someone like a Suzuki or an Ishii, like these sort of like stockier, smaller guys, but they're still like just the hard nuts. Can beat a guy like a Michael Elgin or a Bad Luck Fale on any given night, but then you do have them like then booking them as these superhuman monsters when you need to. So I think Juicy would be a very, very good addition to New Japan, and having him, just the potential for him to be over there. Like you think about a guy who come up in the small Australian promotions, and for him to potentially in 6 to 12 months be feuding with guys like, if they're going to feud with like BCE, Kenny, Hangman, Cody, the Bucks, like to have him going from that 1,000-seat show we had on Saturday night to going to Tokyo Dome with 60,000 people at Tokyo Dome, 10,000 at all the smaller halls they do over there. It's crazy. And fucking like good on him. If he gets over there, fucking all the more power to him.
And that puts a lot more eyes on Australian wrestling as well. Like more people are going to notice Australian wrestling,
and hopefully it means that Japan comes down here more often and then
they
slowly
want
picks
to.
up more of their talent.
That's what when we spoke to Cody. That's what Cody said. He wants to do more. He wants hopefully New Japan to do more shows in Australia. When we spoke to him back in February.
Yeah, well, apparently
I'll take him on.
There's possibly going to be a dojo opening here. Like a New Japan dojo opening in Australia.
I think
because
Brisbane was where they're going to hold it.
Why would they put it in
Because I know Fale has one in. I think he has a dojo in New Zealand for New Japan, or that feeds New Japan. That's how Jay White got it. Got through. But having a dojo in, I would be surprised if it wasn't in Melbourne, just because Melbourne seems to have a lot of.
But MCW just opened one. You'd be
yeah.
competing.
But like say if MCW or like one of the ones here in Melbourne, because there is a few in Melbourne, just got the affiliation of New Japan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like MCW probably has the better shot at it.
Yeah, because they bring down the guys more often. Like they had Naito this year. Last year they had Okada come down.
Yeah.
Tanahashi's done a show as well.
Tanahashi, and then obviously Will Ospreay, who still has the affiliation with New Japan, wrestles in Australia quite a lot as of recently. He did Gippsland Pro Wrestling the other week.
Yeah, because he did.
For those of you who don't know, Gippsland is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, apparently Will Ospreay was on our radar, but Gippsland booked him before we booked him. Before we could book him.
Oh, for APW.
Yeah, we were going to book Will Ospreay for APW.
When are you going to book me?
When you fucking learn how to wrestle, bitch.
Yeah, get onto that first. Get into the dojo and
I'm in camp, guys. I'm in camp.
Oh, you're in camp.
That's what I'm officially calling it now. I'm in camp.
I want us to do like a series of videos for you, like actually like
Some
going
vignette.
through
We should
the
just-
rigmarole of training.
That's exactly what I like, dude. I have it all planned, man.
All right, cool.
Production aspect for me signing
Yeah.
is I'm gonna blow Australia out of the water.
All right, cool. Well, stay tuned for that. David is legitimately actually signing up for
APW.
APW.
No. I'm signing with them. I'm the hottest free agent talent out there right
You
now.
need to actually go into the ring and start taking bumps,
They
mate.
don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. All right. Presentation is key.
I would much rather like have this from like the day dot of you just like deciding to go there and like documenting the entire thing from there on.
Literally, that's what I planned. I like I said to Michael, I want to record a contract signing in the ring.
All right.
But that contract is literally me signing my waiver saying if I get injured,
Doesn't matter what contract you're signing a contract.
I'm
in the
signing
ring.
something,
It doesn't matter.
but the way I present it, it doesn't have to. Maybe you don't need to know, right? The crowd don't need to know that it's me signing my first ever. I'm waiving all liability for you if I get hurt in my training.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Like,
I do want to say this though. The one person I want to put over for not only having a decent match against his old tag team partner, but for getting involved in the heavyweight title match, my boy, Loverboy Lockie Hendricks.
I reckon he was MVP of the night.
Yep.
Great match. Getting involved later on.
Like if you looked at Miami, he's like his bodyguard. She's got muscle on her.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Loverboy, he had a really, really good night. He was the guy that sort of captured my attention the most out of everyone for the night.
We should bring Loverboy. Like Loverboy should do a podcast with us one day. That'd be pretty cool.
If you can get onto him.
I
just want to see Slex again.
Yeah.
Like me and Loverboy. Like
Slex was great.
You know, I said to Loverboy a few months ago when he was wrestling at APW. I said to him, like, mate, I followed you for the last 3 years. You're legit one of my favorite, like, Australian wrestlers right now.
Are you going to say that to me when I get
Yeah,
called up?
I will.
Once you've done 3 years, mate.
I plan to only be in camp for about 8 months.
No, we'll see. Okay.
All right.
He hasn't even started.
I'm getting the call.
All right.
I'm getting.
Anyway, so
start
yeah.
spray painting my tights. Call me. Call me up, Smack Daddy.
So yeah, MCW was sick. Hopefully, a few of you went and checked it out, and yeah, no, it was good. I want to get to more. The problem is most of them are on Saturday nights. And I took this Saturday night off work.
Good man.
But
Suffered for it Sunday, but
I can't be taking every Saturday night off work. But
well, there's another event coming up on September the 15th called Made in Melbourne.
Is it a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night,
So
unfortunately.
that's the
But the one thing though I like about this one is we've got the debut, they're debuting for APW. Mad Dog, who's a hardcore wrestler and has been for a very long time.
Former OCW champion, I'm pretty sure.
One of probably the hottest Kiwi wrestlers in the world right now. Slade Mercer's also coming down too, which is going to be good.
Sladesky. Good moment.
Yeah,
Nice.
so there's a few debuts there, which is good. So we've got Slade and Mad Dog making their APW debuts, and we also got the blow off match between Chris Law and Xavier Black booked. We've also got the heavyweight title match on the line. Technico's taking on everyone's favorite new wrestler, Richie Taylor.
Good moment.
Nice.
So it should be a good
All the
night.
time in the world. Let's move on.
All right, yeah. Let's move on from Saturday to Sunday. It was
NXT.
NXT. As always, put the main roster on blast. Made them make sure they did a really good
put them
show.
on blast, which they did.
They did.
Which
They look, main roster.
SummerSlam was better than TakeOver.
Oi.
Oh,
Have you watched all of TakeOver yet?
SummerSlam was.
Have you watched
better
all of
than
TakeOver yet?
Takeover.
Have you answered the question? Have you watched all of TakeOver yet?
No.
Shut the fuck up then. Yeah, TakeOver from.
Yeah, but as the casual fan, I watched all of SummerSlam. So, which
good.
means
Yeah.
who's getting more eyes? SummerSlam. So they must be.
Well, I
doing
mean, it
better.
doesn't
They
really-
must be doing better than TakeOver.
It doesn't really matter because everyone pays for the network anyway.
Fucking cunt.
Well, jeez.
I'm just saying, everyone pays for the network anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
so does Michael,
doesn't
who
mean a
seems
lick
to
it.
hate
Probably
the product so much.
probably the biggest talking point of NXT Takeover though was the interesting back of the tights of Velveteen Dream, which
Call me up, Vince. I
he's gonna
respect it. I
Look,
respect the inside
no.
baseball.
No, good on him. Good on him. And
Look, the only
unfortunately-
report we have was that Vince just said, just run things by me.
Just don't be doing that shit.
No, he
without
didn't say
telling.
don't do it. He just said
Yeah,
run
yeah,
things
yeah, but
by
like-
me. Because I think, if I like to believe I know Vince personally, right?
Okay.
And if I know Vince, He's sitting back in his office going, "Oh, I like the audacity.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that audacity.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like the spunk of the kid. All right, he pushed my buttons, but I respect it.
Yeah.
I
I can see
I'm
that.
pushing them some more, but I respect it.
I can see it as well. But
Yeah.
Well, do you know what Velveteen Dream actually tweeted out?
what?
Call me up,
after
Vince.
TakeOver? His first tweet: God is real. Disappointment is reserved for those who expect the things they can't control. Don't be a sad boy.
I was just glad he got a win. To be honest,
Yeah, he
Like,
needed it.
finally got a takeover
Yeah.
win.
Did I shoot predict that, or did I fucking gimmick predict?
bit
I
of both.
think you were going to go with Velvet.
I was going to,
I
like
think-
I said, and look,
I think
I'm
that
gonna
was the
mention
match
right
where
now,
you decided to start just automatically picking opposite of what Michael picked. So that could have
boys,
been
seriously, if
no,
I
no, no,
shoot
actually,
predicted,
no. Sorry, no. You wanted EC3 to win.
no, I said Dream wins because that's just how it works. I said a bunch of other things, but I'm pretty sure I picked Dream.
No. You I was anyone with pick Dream. You picked EC3.
Oh, you know, I pay it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you did.
regardless of that, if I had shoot predicted this weekend, 100% would have won.
Oh.
100%. No, come on. I'm never gimmicking Michael.
So, Ricki-
because I would have taken this
Oh,
fucking
okay. Well, no,
weekend.
okay. Are we? I don't know if we want to talk about it on air, but can we we need to make some sort of officiality
Oh, done.
to the predictions. Do we want to get the belt involved? Is it too much of a done gimmick by fucking
No, we
the,
come up with our own belt.
the what culture
I'm not
boy?
I'm not I don't want to say it. I'm not out here to stiff the what culture, boys. Respect to them, proud of
Sorry, cultaholic.
Cultaholic.
Yeah.
Cult,
Do you still watch what culture?
I watch him for other things.
I like Simon. Simon's the only reason I watch.
Yeah, Simon's still the
Yeah, I'm
reason why I
surprised he
watch it.
didn't dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind Adam Wilborn either. He's alright.
He can't do it now because he's got a busted fucking shoulder and he's it hangs there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
He's actually someone you should model yourself after because he jumped into the wrestling ring at 36 years of age, and it completely
Don't go counting my years, bro.
completely fucked his shoulder.
And do you know what his gimmick is? It's the Y gimmick.
Yeah, I know.
Which is-
he's obviously someone who's just like, I love the industry, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I'm
fucking good
proud
on
of him. I'll do it too.
And
Yeah.
for Simon, it's like age has no barriers, which I admire about Simon.
I didn't know he was 36.
It's also because he's a very fit boy.
He's a very fit boy.
He's
Yeah.
a very fit boy.
Very fit boy.
He's always, when he's not at the World Culture headquarters, he's in the fucking gym pumping iron.
Well, not now because he can't fucking lift his left arm.
That's
where
fair
the
enough.
fuck were we before this?
Well,
Um,
we'll talk about Velveteen Dream. Triple H also commented really quickly as well, saying he admired the fact the guy wanted to take a gamble. He admires guys that want to take a risk and go there and do a limb. He admires them. However, if you're
Yeah,
talking about
Triple H isn't in charge just yet.
However, you're talking about Vince McMahon. There are a
Just
couple of
yet.
different phone calls you can get from Vince. One
That's what I was
you want to
talking about when I
get,
said it.
one you really don't want to get. So you got to be careful when you say, Vince, give me a call, because you never know what kind of phone call you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if Vince has stiffed him. Like I said, I think I know Vince personally. Man sitting back in his office chair going, this guy.
Max
Well,
money.
I respect it.
We'll talk about legitimizing predictions off the podcast. But yeah, so NXT, 5 fantastic matches back to back.
Yep.
The fact that the Velveteen Dream EC3 was probably the worst one on the card, I think speaks volumes to the fact that it was a fucking good match and the rest of them were just better.
And Ricochet's finally North American champion.
Yeah, so good. His match with Adam Cole was my favorite.
Baby.
My favorite of the night. I reckon the tag team match was better, and the match at the end of the night, Gargano Ciampa probably had more catharsis and more storyline. But fuck me, I just enjoyed Adam Cole wrestling.
Baby.
Ricochet. It was just great. It was just have you watched that one yet?
The only match I
Have watched.
haven't watched.
You haven't watched that one.
I did. I watched the Dream one. I haven't watched the North American one.
All
I
right.
watched obviously Gargano Ciampa.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Where does it sit with the 3 for you?
Not their best.
Not their best.
Not their best. I think they're
It had a lot of storytelling beats.
no shit because
So
that's what
many.
But that's what I'm saying. But that doesn't make it the best then. Like
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
if they had to rely on 2 other matches worth of stuff for that match to be good, that doesn't make that match better than the 2 others.
No, I know,
actually
I know.
might think it might be their worst of the 3.
I think it is as well, but I still think it's a fucking incredible
Yeah, I know,
match.
but that's what I'm saying. But this was my point going in.
I know you
When I
needed
was-
that buffer of
Yeah, you
of
needed
Aleister
Black because
Do you know-
and this is exactly what happened. They relied on 2 other matches, right? And that, in doing that, you're kind of just saying we had nothing else for you. Like we had really nothing else for you. Like there's like this was going to be a good match because no shit, it's Gargano Ciampa. No one was sitting there going it's going to be a 2-star. No shit, it's going to be at least a 4. But it isn't going to stack up well against the other 2.
Do you know who had probably the biggest shock of the night?
Who?
Kairi Sane walking out women's champion. I don't think.
I don't call it shock.
I think a lot of people were expecting Baszler
What
to
did I
retain.
predict? See, this is what if I shot
I picked-
predict,
no,
I would have set.
I picked
I
Kairi
would
Sane.
say.
You both said Kairi Sane. I went with Shayna Baszler.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't
Yeah.
a shot for me.
I thought.
Well, yeah,
but it's a good moment nonetheless.
It was the right time to strap the belt on it. I thought
the end like that.
Shayna doesn't get called up, but because NXT's very much now solidifying itself as a very, very strong division. You don't need to I've said it a million times. You don't need to have a drop solidify the fact that they get called up.
But
Shayna stays. She's still very green.
After her dropping. And then the rumors of 2 people getting called up and she being one of those names rumored does not surprise me in the slightest.
Nikki Cross gets called up before Shayna Baszler does.
Well, isn't she already called up because she was on the main? She was on the.
Yeah, she was standing there. But
she was standing there when they.
Yeah, she was standing there.
I know, but there was no one else from NXT.
Yeah, I know. She was standing there. Like that doesn't mean she's called up.
I know, but like
I think they're waiting the right time to bring Nikki Cross up.
Yeah, she's just in limbo.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Nikki Cross gets called up,
but I think she'll rejoin Sanity
100%
as the Twister sister.
Yeah,
100%,
no,
100%.
I think she is a perfect foil for if
like a Naomi or an Oscar.
Initially, yeah, but like for Charlotte
and I was gonna say Becky, but Becky's now a heel.
Becky's now
no. Becky didn't turn heel.
Sorry,
no. She turned super face.
Yeah, like
the crowd cheered her more because it's
shoot though. Did you watch her promo on SmackDown
I
today?
did, yes.
Yeah, I did.
There's a meme that popped up on Twitter. It was just her cutting the promo, and it was just like this guy going, "Well, she's making a lot of really good points."
Yeah,
let's be serious.
And,
like, she's not a heel. Like you're making really good points.
And like she's trying to get the crowd to turn against her, but she failed.
You can't.
She failed.
You can't. She's super face.
Charlotte.
She turned super face. She's the first ever super face in all of wrestling history.
Yeah.
CM Punk post pipe bomb.
Yeah, good moment. True.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so you haven't watched the North American title match?
No.
Watch it. It's fucking brilliant.
I loved it.
Have you seen the super kick? It's been gift.
Where Ricochet
he's
comes
going,
off and then he kicks him.
He's going for the moonsault and he kicks him while he's upside down.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Ha! So good.
My favorite spot though,
so fucking good.
is Ricochet leaping over the ropes and Hurricanrana Adam Cole onto the floor.
Fuck.
I love Ricochet. Don't get me wrong, but I know every time he comes out there, I know what I'm gonna get.
He's a human highlight reel.
It's like
but
at a certain point,
he's done enough for me. Like there was plenty of like proper like catch as catch can wrestling to kick off the match. It's just when he gets fired up, you're gonna start getting the flippy shit.
Yeah.
But he's
I'm not
still.
against it. I'm not against it. I love it. I love
because
it.
the psychology in the match is really good because everything
That's what
he
I
did,
want to see, psychology.
Adam Cole had an answer for up until a certain point.
Yeah.
And it was him taking that extra risk of going over the top rope from inside the ring to Hurricanranaing him, Adam Cole, off the apron to the outside.
Shoot, though, that's a lot of Adam Cole there.
Baby.
Like, you got to have some damn talented Adam Cole and trust in Adam Cole.
Oh,
yeah. To do that.
Yeah.
Like, this is where very understated when it comes to wrestling. We all look at the guy doing the flippy shit.
But it's the guy taking it. But it's
the fucking guy taking it that you really... And this is why, like, we all saying Braun Strowman over this. But Kevin Owens was the man out there making him look good.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with Ricochet now. Ricochet, he's so great, blah, blah. And it's not a stiff, but it's the nature of what it is that is so understated when it comes to when we put guys over. It's the other guy that is very much wearing
I also love
burden.
Ricochet's theme song. Ricochet's music theme is so good.
It's not bad. I still like Undisputed Era is my favorite
Yep.
Theme song right now.
Shock the system.
And just the fact that I talked to you boys about this off the podcast.
Kyle O'Reilly's guitar.
But my fucking moment from the entire weekend was it was like Kathy Kelly or one of them, like one of the ones that sits down with the boys.
Kathy Kelly is the greatest female talent.
Yeah. But she was sitting down with Undisputed Era, and it was my moment of entire SummerSlam weekend. Is Kyle O'Reilly with the belt adjusting like these invisible tuning pegs on the belt as he's having the. I'm just like, motherfucker, you are just 100%. You live your gimmick. And I respect it.
He's an ugly fuck, but god damn it, he's entertaining.
Kyle O'Reilly is one of the greatest wrestling talents ever.
Yeah, but he's like facially wise. He's
just sitting there, just invisible tune. Oh, I just fucking loved it. I love that man to death. He's just the greatest. And that was another thing. That tag match to open off the show.
That was amazing.
Tag match was sensational.
Fucking great. Absolute. And then like we got War Raiders coming out. They're going to be next in line.
War Machine. So I still think of them.
They're
as
not
War Machine.
fucking War Machine. They're War Raiders.
See, you're the worst kind of fucking fan.
Shut.
Why aren't they called War Machine?
Why isn't Ricochet called Prince Puma anymore?
Well, I've known.
Why is he not Chris Hero? Why is he not Chris Hero?
Nah, man, I love Kashi Sona. That's a fucking great name.
They chose to do it. Fucking get over it.
Well, actually, no. To be fair, with War Machine, it's a bit different because
no shit. But
they wanted the tag team, but unfortunately, because there was an MMA fighter, for those who don't know, called War Machine, who's currently spending the rest of his life in jail for I think murder.
He killed himself.
and that too.
Killed his missus.
He killed his missus, and then
Pretty sure.
No, he beat her.
Oh, he beat her because she
It
was
was
a porn star.
Christy Mack.
That's
Yeah,
right, she's a
by
porn
the way.
star.
No, and he killed himself in prison not too long
Okay,
after.
there you go. Still not a great thing to associate yourself with. So
No,
fair enough.
exactly.
Anyway, so NXT, yay or nay? Good, bad?
Yay.
Yeah, I think it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
As it always is, it's
Fresh.
never bad.
But I'm looking forward to now where it's going to go leading up to War Games and the rivalries moving forward.
I will say this: the as much as we said that maybe that this Gargano Ciampa match was probably the worst of the three, and I'll 100% agree with that.
Just don't let there be a fourth.
There was the moments towards the end that I really, really liked when Ciampa was apologizing, and obviously he's trying to do it so he doesn't get
too late.
kicked in the fucking face again. But that moment where Johnny went over here, went through him, smashed his knee on the stuff ringside. Apparently that is a legitimate injury. He did actually hurt himself really badly when he took that bump. And looking back, he completely missed Ciampa. Ciampa took the bump, but he missed him. Didn't even hit the shoulder or whatever. He missed him completely. Knee straight into that big storage container. And apparently, he has legitimately hurt himself, which is if it is true, is a bit of a shame. But there was that moment where he's sitting on the ramp with the refs and the doctors around him, and Ciampa comes back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that Ciampa didn't take that opportunity to then attack him again, I think does show some slight development in his character and this feud going forward. It's like Ciampa sees this as it's over. It's done. I've won.
Yeah, he's done. But
I
him
don't-
coming back out to just...
Yeah, I mean, that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It
I
was
don't think I have ever seen that happen. Where they've come out to re-celebrate and gloat.
Yeah, he's walked off.
He's walked off, he's done it. He's celebrated
Yeah,
already, and he's
yeah.
walked off, and you're like, okay, we're just going to finish it, we're going. And then it's like,
Yeah.
nope.
Because
Ciampa comes back out,
the
and it's just like, just in case,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Because the watermark popped up.
Yeah.
And they've done this once before where they had the watermark pop up.
Yeah.
And then they kept going after that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the watermark popped up and just like, fuck, they could do another 5 minutes of beatdown. But they didn't. They restrained themselves.
Yeah.
This time.
Which if they
fucking
did that
Ciampa back out, that has got to be the heeliest thing I've seen.
Yeah, but that's the thing, if
brilliant.
they did the extra 5 minutes of beatdown, there's fuel for another match. But because they didn't.
No, this is done. Let it be done.
It's done. It's
Let it
over.
be
So
done. Let
for,
it be
for
done.
now,
Let
I
it be
think
done.
it's going to be one of those Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn things where you can just reignite that feud.
Oh, no shit.
Like
They'll take
that.
it to the main roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, their tag team days are done.
Yeah.
They're no longer going to go back to being whatever the fuck
we
they
know
were.
when Black is ready to go. War Games, we already know
Hopefully.
set in stone. It might be Ciampa versus Black for the NXT Championship.
Okay, bets. Who attacked Aleister Black? Go.
I'm going to go with Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era?
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle? I like that. I really do.
I like that too.
How good was Matt Riddle in the crowd?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Matt Riddle.
I loved it.
You see the shoes he was wearing?
Yeah.
He's wearing fucking
No, he's in a suit.
Yeah, he's just wearing
Fucking backwards hat. Love him. I love him.
Oh.
I think it was... I reckon it's Undisputed Era as well. That's just my prediction, but I would love it if it was Matt Riddle.
Because I like to see that. I know that probably because Adam Cole's now dropped the North American title means that Bobby Fish is not too far away from coming back to action, which means that they'll change the belts over, which means that Roddy will go after Ricochet for the North American title.
That's what I reckon.
And then Adam Cole goes for the main belt. And as I said to you guys,
Sure, you'd go Adam Cole.
but
because
before
now that-
before the Undisputed Era,
Every single
all
one of
four
them holding the
members,
belt.
before all four of them go up to the main roster eventually, they're going to have a good 3 to 6 months of all four of them holding every single male championship in NXT. It's bound to happen.
Fuck yeah.
I go the opposite. I
That-
reckon Adam Cole and Tom Hardy turn on the other two.
Who?
He looks like Tom Hardy. Don't tell me. Don't tell me
Who, Roddy?
that Bobby Fish
Oh, Bobby
doesn't
Fish.
look like Tom Hardy.
I've
I've said this a million times.
I mean, maybe him and Taboo?
He looks like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
Where this is why Bobby Fish wasn't injured. He just went to film Venom. All right.
look. No, you can't digitally get rid of that mustache, mate. You can't do a bloody
No.
Henry Cavill. All right, so NXT was great. Once again, SummerSlam had to live up
that.
to the great heights set to it.
Superseded it.
All right. Best pay-per-view of the year? Like WWE pay-per-view of the year?
No.
No?
I think
What's
WrestleMania...
better than it?
34.
I think WrestleMania.
34.
Because this is what I'm saying. When you
Fuck
like
no.
we said as soon as it finished, I'm like this.
Fuck no.
Looking back at it, it's going to be hard to judge WrestleMania 34. That's why from bell to bell, you have to look at it as a vacuum. From a vacuum, WrestleMania 34 was excellent because it shook you in all the right places. It genuinely worked you.
I think SummerSlam was better.
But SummerSlam, I'll give you the point. SummerSlam's better on the fact that we can watch SummerSlam months from now and be like, yeah, it's proactively, it's one of the great ones. But WrestleMania in its vacuum was in my opinion, better than SummerSlam. But it's not going to have the benefit of retroactive looking back at it.
No.
Because looking back at it, we're just going to go, I guess
because at the time
Brock
it was
retained.
Because it was good because
But,
you had the
Brock
Brock
retaining was like, oh, shit, I did not literally see that happening.
But I love the end of this main event so much better.
Yeah, no, I do. I do as well.
All right, so
Me, I'm splitting hairs personally.
yeah, no,
I'm splitting hairs.
Look,
is what I'm doing.
it's really close, and it is for me. But like, you're right. WrestleMania in a vacuum, where you have like
You have to look at WrestleMania in a
you
vacuum.
have the Brock swerve, you have Daniel Bryan coming back for his first match after his unretirement.
Rousey match of the night.
Rousey match of the night.
First match. Rousey of the night.
Yeah. So
right?
there's those things, but for a more wholly like satisfying experience where you have
for a kayfabe experience fair enough.
Smack. I think SummerSlam was better. And I really like it. Didn't drag. It's the first pay-per-view of the year I didn't feel the time
Because
there was a point we got to like, oh shit, there's only 2 matches left.
Yeah.
It fucking just clicked by. It was great.
I don't know if that was it wasn't meant to go that way, but I don't know because
it
finished in 4 hours.
It felt short.
It felt short, which is a weird thing to say.
It's
a very weird thing to say
like,
that
dude,
SummerSlam felt short.
By the end of that second hour, in most because like the regular pay-per-views go for what 3 hours, 3.5 hours. By the end of that second hour, like Extreme Rules, I was feeling it. I was feeling every second.
Yeah.
they hurt my soul. But this one, we got to that point.
Yeah,
where it was
literally.
Like, it was the end of the. Was it Baron Corbin went on third last or
Yeah,
whatever went on third last?
Rousey went on third last. I'm pretty sure.
No, that was they went back to back. It
last.
was women's champion and men's champion.
It was
true. Yeah, it was
Finn Balor,
Baron.
No, Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura was third last.
Yeah.
And even then, that was a good match because
that was a great match.
Because that match, I think the reason why it fell so short was because it wasn't because of the number of matches, but they all, in terms of a match card booking structure, it played so perfectly.
Yeah, you had the peaks and troughs.
You had
you
literally had
well.
the ebb and flow work so well.
You
didn't have a 30-minute match precede a 30-minute match.
Yeah,
you had Demon squash in a shock with Demon.
Yeah,
and you're living on a high to come out, and then you go through a bit of a slump with Jeff and Shin, which wasn't that bad. Though.
Wasn't a bad match.
Wasn't a bad match
compared to what came before.
Yeah, compared to what came before, you got to experience. But then after that, you knew Rousey was next. You're like, okay, here it comes. Like, so it didn't feel like a long card when it probably actually was about the same.
And that lasted 10 minutes. The Rousey Bliss match lasted about 5-10 minutes anyway.
Yeah, but like 2 minutes of actual action.
Yeah,
and most of it was just Alexa running around.
And then Reigns Lesnar lasted under 10 minutes too.
Yeah.
But it got everything.
Match of the night. Miz Bryan.
Well, you guys weren't there for Ziggler. Rollins.
Actually, I hear the tag match was pretty good too.
Well, to be fair, I did watch that before I went to my personal training.
You did?
Yep.
My match of the night.
I did enjoy that.
I loved it. And just the every little thing that Dean did, we were sitting there just like, he's turning heel, he's turning heel, he's turning heel. He even took the 2 steps back.
I fucking called it. Did I not say Dean was not going to turn heel?
He took the 2 steps back.
If I got a point for that, I'd literally wash you out of the water.
Enough. Look. Let's just get over predictions, all right? But yeah, that like 2 steps back he took, that like mirrored so perfectly Rollins like staying put where they took the 2 steps forward and then like get in the back. I'm just like, Dean's going to turn heel, and then he didn't. And then we got what happened on Raw the next night. We'll get to that in a sec. But
where he did turn heel.
Okay, that's a debate we're going to have in a little bit when it comes to the end of Monday Night Raw. But SmackDown, like for the most part, everything lived up or like delivered what it promised.
SummerSlam, you mean, not SmackDown?
Sorry, SummerSlam.
SmackDown did that too.
Yeah, it did.
They did too.
But I mean, we got
to that.
We got an obvious extension to the Miz Bryan feud, which is what we expected. The fact that I chose Bryan in that match. Now I'm just like, why the fuck did I choose Daniel Bryan?
And the moment that Daniel Bryan, the moment that Daniel Bryan lost to the Miz, I think we all took a big sigh of relief, going, "Oh, thank God he re-signed."
Yeah, and now we're going to get an extension to the feud, which I think is 8 years of build-up. We need that payoff.
And we might as well break the news as well for those who are just listening as well. Miz and Bryan are going to be one of the headlining matches for Super Showdown in Melbourne.
Actually, yeah, like literally after SmackDown went off the air today, I
had a feeling that they were going to do
posting up matches for Super Showdown. So
and apparently also, I think Miz and Bryan are also they're going to compete as well on the SmackDown 1000 episode as well.
Yeah, they're booked for that.
10 days afterwards.
I had a feeling they were going to book that match for Showdown, but the fact that they booked it for the title shot for the strap is a good moment.
Yep.
It's a
So
good
we're going to have a number one contenders match
because
at Super
finally
Showdown.
we're going to end the longest reigning transitional champion in history.
All right, get over it. What?
Piss
No, okay,
off.
no.
Can
You not
you put me over?
Can you not
put me over?
Can
you
you
put me over
not
for the call?
objectively?
Can you put me over for the call though?
Can you not objectively?
Longest reigning transitional
No,
champion.
Shut up.
no.
Styles'
I'm not
show
gonna
was
put you
actually
over.
really good.
Objectively, you have to admit that Styles and AJ and Joe put on a fucking.
Yeah,
good
Joe
match.
put on a good match.
Come on, come on. Turn his mic back on.
Okay.
It
was on
You-
all the time.
You
I'm so tempted to
you
turn it
have
off.
to, and even like I remember in the moment you put it over. On the day after the match, you put it over. You have to admit that it was a good match, and both of them contributed.
But if one did better than the other, it was Joe.
Hey, fucking Styles got him up for a goddamn Styles clash, and I will respect that till the day I die. Because
I don't think you underestimate how much ab work it takes for Joe to do that.
Yeah, but he's a big man.
Can I be honest with
He's
that
a
match?
real big man.
Can I be honest with that match?
Yeah, be honest, Michael. Go ahead.
I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Because I've seen these guys
He's the
wrestle.
greatest of all
Shut up.
time.
I've seen these guys wrestle for. I've seen these guys wrestle for 12, 13 years already in Impact. Your mic's on, bitch. So the one thing I want to mention about this match is this match was really good. However, I've seen better from both.
Yeah, but they're not
In a
going
one-on-one
to. They're not
match.
going to give away their best match.
Oh, because coming into the pay-per-view, you were like, oh, well, based on what they've done, this is going to be match of the night.
Yeah,
It was almost.
but
I reckon it was pretty close to match of the night. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I also dropped the
was
fact
close.
that, who would have thought 10 years before SummerSlam that two TNA originals, TNA stars, would headline one of WWE's biggest pay-per-views for the WWE Championship.
Define headline.
That they would have never have imagined.
Co-main event.
They co-main evented.
What the fuck? They were like the 5th match on the card.
Yeah, I know. Look.
But you
They main evented the first hour, Michael. Great.
But-
That's cool. That's so good for the WWE belt.
Hey man,
That's so cool.
You know WWE
Oh.
has like the loosest definition of main event
Oh.
ever.
Exactly. So that's why I said...
I'm the most prestigious belt in the company, but I'm behind the rivalry between Miz and Bryan, which, fair enough, but the US belt as well. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
strategically.
Good champion.
That was
At least when
strategically-
Jinder had it, he main evented.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
That's because back then they had the brand.
But he did.
But
But he
the
did.
brand exclusive
But he
pay-per-view.
did.
Brand exclusive.
But
Yeah.
he did.
Brand exclusive.
Hey, the current WWE champion also won it during
Brand
the,
exclusive.
during the brand exclusive
Brand
ones,
exclusive.
But he also won
Brand
it during
exclusive.
Yep. Okay.
Brand exclusive.
Yeah, great.
Brand exclusive.
Great, okay.
Brand
Well,
exclusive.
prove my point. I said
No.
main evented.
No. Brand exclusive. That doesn't count. By the way, SummerSlam last year, who headlined? It wasn't bloody Jinder and Shinsuke, was it? They weren't the last match on the card, were they? SummerSlam last year. Who was it? Come on.
Yeah, the better one.
No, yeah.
Brock.
Brock was on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've also said that as well.
Yeah, but you said Jinder and Shinsuke. You said Jinder headlined SummerSlam.
Yeah, but he also headlined
No,
pay-per-views in
he
general.
didn't. He did not headline SummerSlam.
I'm yet to see the current
But
WWE
he
champion.
did not headline SummerSlam.
The most prestigious and apparently
not headline
greatest.
SummerSlam.
Your greatest in your opinion.
I will let you know.
But 5th match on the SummerSlam
Yeah,
card,
but-
big 4 pay-per-view behind the
But
US
remember,
belt and a
remember what I
rivalry.
said to you on the video last
I
week?
mean, he headlines Survivor Series.
He did. Remember, AJ carried Brock to a good match last year with Survivor Series.
Is this ever gonna fucking end?
Get
Get your fucking any fucking way. All right.
Let's go to Raw because
okay. Becky Lynch's heel turn.
Superface turn.
Superface, whatever you want to call
she
it.
was more over attacking Charlotte and
Yeah.
cutting that promo on SmackDown
It was-
than
it was-
Charlotte was walking out and looking constipated.
It was well due.
Yeah.
It was she needs that because her character got pretty stale. So
But
I was happy with that.
there's one thing that annoyed me a little bit when she cut that promo. You can hear her go when she's talking. I'm like, that sort of annoyed me a bit.
Well, yeah, nice one.
That annoyed me a bit.
What?
But, I mean, that
Just
was,
go every time she's trying to.
If you
raise her
listen to
voice.
fucking Triple H's promo from Monday night, he was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They all breathe in them like you just sort of. It's like one of those things your brain just filters out because you're so used to hearing.
Triple H.
I'm gonna take off these clothes,
I'm gonna strip naked in front of everyone in Melbourne.
tape up my fingers.
Absolutely nothing.
And of course,
I'm going to bend Undertaker over.
my favorite moment from SummerSlam altogether was Elias's guitar just breaking in his hands.
I don't actually think that was meant to happen.
I think Lashley was supposed to come out.
I think that segment was to go on for a bit.
Look,
good
I
moment.
I don't know if it
but
was.
I don't think it was.
That's
meant
the
to
thing.
happen.
It doesn't matter to me if that was planned or not. That's hilarious.
We now exist in an era of Elias kayfabe.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Because Brock is now dipped. We now don't know if Elias is meant to finish shows or not.
True. Raw.
So we were
Terrible Raw,
Well, we'll say this though.
except for the end.
We thought the end of SummerSlam was bad because we all walked away going, "Oh fuck!"
No,
okay,
you know what? You know what?
Roman's champion.
At the time,
Should
Should
fair enough at the time.
Yeah, fair
but
enough
it
at the
didn't
time.
take very long
no.
for me to. Come
It was even
around.
before Raw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just like,
before even the next day, I was just like, you know what, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
Like that's a good moment.
and then the one way to stop the fucking crowd booing the shit out of you, say you're going to give Finn Balor a fucking title shot at the end of the night. That'll turn him, and it worked.
And then what happened after his match against Finn?
This is what I said before the show. In the span of 24 hours,
God,
WWE has literally slapped the marks across the face.
They have.
And said, well, here's the answer to all your questions.
Sierra Hotel Indio.
Lima.
The
Whatever.
Universal title is back on Raw. The
Shields.
Demon Balor is back. Finn got his rematch. And Roman Reigns is heel.
Ish.
Eesh.
Shield have to go heel out.
Their tweeners are best.
Shield have to go heel.
Their tweeners are best. But fuck me, the Shield is back. Oh, I'm so happy. And like, you know how when the Shield is back? It's when like Seth Rollins is like had a shower before he put his Shield gear on.
Yep.
His hair's just like matted to the back of his neck.
Do you know what my favorite quote is from
God,
that podcast that Punk did with the question thing and all that? Why is the Shield's hair always wet? Do they walk through a shower before they come out? Like that's still probably the best quote.
Bottles over the back
Reckon
of their
Dean's was wet.
I think it matters.
Dean's got fucking nothing left.
But yeah, like okay, so Raw kicked off with Roman. Decent promo, put over Finn, got the crowd on his side. Baron Corbin came out to take what should have been all the heat, and he did. Why the fuck did you put on Baron Corbin versus Lashley after that hot as fuck SummerSlam, and then you start with the coldest match fucking possible on Raw? I didn't get that.
Because it boils. You start with the cold.
Yeah,
and then
no,
it
it
gets
was
hotter,
it was
and then it gets
fucking
hotter.
it was fucking
hottest.
shit.
And then it gets hotter.
It
It
gets
was
hotter.
fucking shit. And then it was like a fucking Riot Squad 6-man tag. That was shit. Rousey's fucking coronation, whatever the fuck that was terrible.
That was cringeworthy at
Yeah,
best.
fair.
I
Fair,
hated
fair,
it.
fair, fair,
Cringeworthy.
Why the fuck were the Ballas there?
Well, they're back on
Why
TV.
the fuck are they there?
Well, they're
They
back.
ain't wrestling.
Go
home.
Well, Brie is.
No, she's. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Brie,
she
they
is
just
now.
confirmed that it's
Yeah.
going to be a mixed
Ah.
tag.
I
Hell in a
don't
Cell's a
care.
mixed tag.
I don't care.
And also because Nikki is facing Rousey at Evolution.
Well, if you're gonna fucking do that, at least have
Allegedly.
like Nikki do something, like not just like raise Rousey's fucking arm, shoot an angle, cut a promo, attack Rousey. Don't just stand there on the fucking ring apron and do nothing.
I know.
Why the fuck are they? It's so fucking. I know they're coming back.
You love
You
wrestling
reckon,
sometimes,
you
don't you?
reckon, you reckon at the end of the day, when all is said and done,
Fucking hate them.
the Bells will be the biggest draw in women's wrestling history?
Yes, I think they will.
No, come on, like Rousey has
And
to.
you
be.
reckon they know? Because Vince knows us better than we know ourselves.
Rousey
Vince
Rousey
knows
has
that.
to be like
True.
by the end of her run.
All right, no, you're right. No shit. Okay, you know what?
Also,
Discounting Rousey.
also because
Yes.
Yeah.
because John Laurinaitis still works behind the scenes and he is married to the Bella's mother, which is why the Bellas get preferential treatment.
They were getting preferential treatment long before he fucked their mum.
Yeah, but it shows, doesn't it?
I fucking. So that sucked. And then we had fucking the B team in 2 singles matches, which sucked. We had
battle squad.
No, that fucking song's gone.
I
It's now
know.
B team, B team,
Go,
B,
go,
B,
go.
B. Fuck off. Fucking terrible. Fucking. We had to hear it twice. Because even after they lost both their singles matches, they still played the fucking song.
Go hard all day, all night.
Then what else was shit? Most of it was shit. I didn't like Raw, except for the end. Oh, Triple H's promo was pretty good.
Yep.
Got me hyped for... I mean, I was already hyped because it's fucking Triple H versus
Well,
Taker.
he
But
he also said that he cannot wait to strip down and fuck under.
Take his clothes off.
Yeah, take his clothes off.
tape up.
Ben
his
Undertaker. Ben Undertaker backwards.
Yeah.
Get Randy Orton to come out to grab his.
We're not...
When did this just turn into Michael's fantasy?
I don't know, man. I think Michael's the one that likes big, sweaty dudes. But then we had the main event. fucking good match.
It was great.
Can we just put over Roman for a moment?
Yes, I was about to say.
The smartest world champion in history. The call-out Finn at the start of the show because he damn well knows he ain't got enough time to put the paint on.
Yeah. Okay. Look.
I ain't fighting the demon tonight.
just the internal logic of the demon is so confusing. From,
it is
from a kayfabe
because
standpoint.
if you want to bring it out, it should be like that.
Yeah.
But it's like no. He's got because backstage Roman knows and it must be no. He needs a week to channel the demon.
Yeah.
Like he needs a week.
Yeah.
But demon was just there last night. Yeah. Like
would it be if Finn just left the paint on?
Yeah.
From the night before, just didn't get changed, just like left the paint on, came out as the demon, accepted the challenge.
It is another thing because this just further proves the fact that
do you know?
Whilst there is such a big difference between demon and regular, you shouldn't really openly say it.
No,
is what they're doing. Let it be let it be implicitly known that we know there's a difference between demon and regular. But they've basically just gone ahead and gone. Demon can squash Baron Corbin in a second. But regular Finn can't win anything. It's like they're really letting you know that there's a difference where you shouldn't. If I'm WWE, you shouldn't let us know explicitly that there's a difference here.
Really showing you that explicitly. It's
there's two gimmicks to Finn.
No, because if this was really I know there's two gimmicks to Finn.
There's Gay Balor and there's Demon Balor.
There's also Red Balor, Grey Balor, White Balor.
Why do we have him on the podcast?
There's so many Balors.
He's just so culturally insensitive.
I know. Not like us. We make Chris Benoit jokes and
exactly.
They're not jokes. You shoot turned heel in real life.
That's a good point.
All right.
Look, whatever. Let's just let the fucking Exhibit A.
Chris Benoit.
But
yeah, good moment. He got his rematch and a good match.
This is the thing. Roman has come a long way. I think the only reason that the lingering booing of Roman has hung around is because of the position that he's been put in by creative, but also
that's what I'm saying. It's smart if he's turned heel.
He hasn't had the chance to put on a match like that for a very long time because when
not
you're fighting
AJ Styles.
Yeah, kind of.
AJ Rome Extreme Rules 2016, phenomenal match.
Yeah, but even between there, he's put on good matches with other people. But the fact that
it's not the first time he's versed
Finn either. No, and the thing is, they always have they have a really good chemistry because they play the big man, small man dynamic really, really well together. But I mean, if you look back at Roman's last 12 months, it's been Brock,
but we've known
Brock and Braun. It's been Brock and Braun.
And Joe.
The problem there is not. I've never ever said it's Roman's fault. I'm very much a Roman guy. The only problem with that was that I feel like the biggest problem where we stiffened Roman the last year is because we just knew it was going to culminate at Mania.
Yeah.
That was the problem. The problem was we knew in advance that this is all, none of this matters. None of this matters. Right? Doesn't matter if Roman takes an L to Braun tomorrow. Doesn't matter if this happens because we know at the end of the day, he's just going to go on ahead and fight Brock at Mania.
And also,
right?
So I was going to say this as well about Roman, is that they've tried so hard to try and get Roman over. I mean, when Roman won the Royal Rumble in 2014, they had The Rock out there, and that didn't do anything. They thought if they bring The Rock out, they'll cheer Roman because everyone
but back
loves The
then
Rock.
that was very much Reigns getting pushed down her throat as the member of the
different
Shield.
time
And
because that was very very obvious.
And
push.
I'm going to put an exhibit out there because we've got the Shield reuniting now. If you look at the Shield reuniting last year, the fans were cheering for Roman. It was only after Roman suffered that fever that Bray Wyatt also had to miss TLC to have the Shield reunite and Dean getting injured. That's when the fans went, oh fuck, they've gone back, they've turned it back to old Roman. But now that we've got a healthy Reigns, a healthy Ambrose, a healthy Rollins, we can actually finally see the fans get behind Roman Reigns the way they should have a long time ago, before the whole shoving him down people's throats, before, the bland character, before, being fed, PG-esque lines. We could finally get to see the real Roman Reigns because he's back with his Shield brethren moving forward. And I want to see where this story goes from here.
I just hope they're heel.
I reckon they're going to be tweener at most.
They'll go twin, I'll give you that, but I think,
especially because
Vince still very much lives in the world where it's face versus heel. Doesn't matter what you think. He's all right, when I write this, you're the bad guy, you're the good guy.
Yeah.
Braun still very much is the biggest face in the company.
Quite literally the biggest face.
Yeah, like no one else
Massive head.
gets a pop like him.
No.
No one else tunes in like he does.
Seth, the burn it down is still the biggest pop.
Yeah.
And
but
Daniel
Braun
Bryan-
keeps it because the way Braun's treated is also so very well as well.
Yeah.
Like they're very good at
And
booking Braun.
I was gonna say Daniel Bryan too, because the fans still love to chant yes every time he walks.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan has a legacy to him, so I discount it. I'm not saying he doesn't. He has a legacy to him.
But
right?
with Roman Reigns and with Braun, it's gonna be very hard for them to really turn Reigns into a bad guy, because he's become the John Cena of
don't say that.
Of publicity,
don't say
though.
That.
That's the problem, though. He's become really the John Cena now.
John Cena's only the John Cena now because he survived being not the John Cena for 15 years.
But when WWE won an award, I think 3 weeks ago, Roman Reigns was there to accept the award. He's done a lot of speaking on behalf of WWE. He's like,
I'm not saying he's a champion. I'm not saying he's not a champion worthy.
no, but
right?
he's an ambassador for the company and all that, and like
that doesn't mean we have to be forcibly to cheer him.
Yeah, but
he can still play a bad guy.
He can still play the bad guy, but you got to look at the kids as well.
I mean,
like
who's one of the best ambassadors for the company that they've got?
Big Show,
No, Miz. And he's the biggest arsehole on fucking TV.
Literally does more than
but he does
actually.
all the media because he's good at it.
yeah. But
He's the biggest arsehole they got.
But if you look at Reigns, though, he appeals more to the children demographic and all that.
I mean, he does.
And that's where
But
they've gone with him and his character.
I think they're starting to realise that you can quickly and easily shuffle that role off to Finn.
Yes, and Braun.
And Braun.
Now that's what I'm saying.
You can free...
You now have
if they spend
Braun
the
as
next...
top face, Finn as top face too.
Yeah.
You don't need... And like they've just dropped their biggest heel in Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Their biggest heel in Brock Lesnar.
You need someone.
Name another heel on Raw. In a main event level.
Kevin.
In a main event, he just took a squash to fucking Braun Strowman on like the first match of the night. Come on. He wasn't on Raw.
Jinder.
Okay, there you go. Whatever. So that's what I'm saying.
I was going to say Elias.
That's what I'm literally my point, right? You just lost your biggest main event draw and heel. It's not to say this is not the true call of Roman Reigns is going heel, but by pairing him naturally against Braun Strowman for one, and two, in that feud where it's Shield versus Strowman, who's the face and who's the heel right off the bat? No shit. The handicapped one has to come off as the face. No shit. So this is subsequently making Roman heel, and thus giving you a heel presence.
Look,
they should come out as heel.
The only major heel now in the WWE is The Miz.
Yeah.
It's the only guy who can garner enough heat.
Next week, I want him coming down the stairwell.
Yeah. But let them come out cocky. Let them come out
like the masks and shit. Like I want the full.
Imagine.
I want Roman to get rid of the double R flak jacket. I want the old flak jacket to come back.
Imagine them coming down at the MCG. From like the MCC or
something. No. Fuck no. They are not doing a triple threat match or a fucking 6-man tag at MCG. I'm not. No. He's the fucking Universal Champion. He's having a match.
No, but I was going to say, no, if they want to cut a promo at the start of the show, just imagine them coming from the MCC members stand and then walking down the stairs.
Such a long walk.
But they will love to do that, though.
How long can you realistically listen to Dan it?
Well,
they even had after fucking Raw last night because they had the WWE exclusive where they went to the ramp. Literally, in the time it took them to get from finishing the triple powerbomb to their music starting, as they walked up the ramp, I heard the music audibly. It had to re-loop. That is not a long song. I don't need it to re-loop 3 times where they're walking from the fucking members down to the goddamn ring. Like, I would love it. The gimmick would be cool, but I cannot listen to Dan it for like 3 minutes. It ain't gonna happen. Fuck no.
You wouldn't even be able to hear it. You'd be hearing the cheers, bro.
Yeah, you'd be hearing the cheers.
You'd be hearing the cheers.
Yeah. I wonder how the fucking Aussie crowd's gonna treat Roman.
If he's a heel with the Shield, they'll probably cheer the fuck out of him. Yeah, right?
I'm
because that's the thing. Let him be heel in person, but don't care what the crowd boos you.
I'm gonna pop.
At least they're behind you, is the point.
Yeah,
because they know you're being treated heel, so therefore we're going to cheer, which is what WWE wants.
And I'm going to pop for Becky when she comes out as well in Super Showdown, even if she is a heel, or the so-called heel in that feud with Charlotte. I'm still going to pop for her.
She's Superface.
Yeah, Superface.
The Shield turned Superface as well.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a really, really tweener attitude out of that.
They'll get a tweener attitude, but because of that, because it's not... Twin attitude is better than going like, we're the greatest, it's rather not that, but like, we're faces, right?
It's like,
because it's them saying, yep, Roman Reigns isn't in your face anymore. We're going to treat him a little bit more attitude-y heel. So
Yeah.
therefore, we're going to cheer him, which is what
Like,
they want. It's reverse psychology playing into their
The
favor.
Shield's never really been face.
I know.
They
When
were
they,
co-
like
they were-
2000 and towards the end when they worked with
when they were fighting Evolution,
yeah, they were face.
but it comes back to that they are the hounds of justice. So however they justify or whoever they interpret injustice is what they go after.
Yeah.
But that changes with their in character their morals.
Yep.
So
the idea could just be like, you're a monster and we're going to squash you.
Yeah, but like Roman getting essentially cheated out of his title 24 hours after he won it, to them is an injustice to Roman, who's fought for 3 years to get the goddamn belt.
Yeah.
So that's why they come out and they triple powerbomb Braun.
Yeah.
But next week, they might not have an issue with Braun. Should he say, like, I'm not going to cash in right now? Then their issue with Braun is done. But if
I
Braun
really like the
continually...
prospect where it's Braun continuously
Yeah,
gets
but no, but
cheated
that's the thing,
out
like,
of the cash in.
If he continues to tease the cash in, they're going to see that as an injustice to Roman, so they're going to fight him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's what they consider an injustice is what they're going to fight. So they don't have to necessarily be heels or faces.
Biggest problem with all this is not in Roman being champion, but in Seth being champion. Is because if you're going to run not just the triple threat versus the 3 guys versus Braun,
Yeah.
we're going to start to fall ourselves back into the rut where the IC belt loses its place again.
No, I really feel like this time they're going to get it right, as in, like, you're going to have the Shield together when they need to be, but for the most part, you're going to see them as singles competitors.
Hopefully, but that's a lot you're asking for.
That was similar to similar to last year. They were doing that as well. They started to
For
put those.
that tiny bit they were
Yeah,
together.
They're literally tiny bit. We're talking now a long-term prospect.
Like they are,
All right?
like they had merch out 5 minutes after Raw went off air.
Yeah.
This is
They planned it.
This is going to be a proper run that is going to probably take us through to the Shield triple threat next year at Mania. That's my big end game for this.
Yeah, but then in saying that though, Seth with the IC belt, unnecessary.
Well,
because he's now.
I like it.
I like it, but unnecessary.
I actually
because
agree. I agree with Yang. It's unnecessary. I like it too, but
he's the guy that's still going to go out every week and put on the best match.
I think the problem was that
so he deserves the belt that represents him.
Regardless,
then give him the Universal belt.
No, but no,
what?
But like that's the lineage.
Best man on the match.
The lineage of the IC belt is the best guys on the card, like the best technical wrestlers.
But now
that is fucking.
But this was always. But it's always been the problem with the IC belt. He might do that, but if he's not working the best feud on that show, which he will be, but not for the IC belt.
I think
the IC belt's going to be falling to the wayside now because he himself is going to be in another feud with Braun Strowman, who's also going after the Universal belt. So therefore, it becomes a Universal belt feud.
I actually think
no. But what I'm saying is like they only need
unless that's just a feud and we don't get a championship defense at all.
No, they just need to be the Shield when they need to be the Shield. It's like fucking Kenny.
But you're asking for a lot.
No. It's like Kenny and the Bucks. Kenny and the Bucks operate autonomously, but when you have a big match, the Bucks are always in Kenny's corner, or Kenny is in the Bucks' corner. That's the thing. It's not. They're going to set this up, I think, like the Elite,
all right, hopefully.
not
all right.
like
I'll pay that.
faction.
All right, we are literally fresh, and this is the first week, so fair enough. I'll pay it.
Yeah,
but
that's how I think
I'm
it's
just
gonna
going
run.
on what we've seen from WWE in the past. If this were to just be now their feud, right, and they're just now Roman's guys again as the Shield, the IC belt gets pushed to the wayside, and I don't like that.
Fuck no. After all the work they've done to get the IC belt back to where it is, they're not going to strap it to the best guy on the fucking roster and then do nothing with it.
All right, I'm just saying.
He is still. I reckon he immediately goes into a feud with Drew McIntyre.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Because Ziggler's probably going.
Because then he probably drops it, in my opinion. Because if
That's
you're
fine.
working... No, I agree.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying him with the belt's a bad idea. I'm saying him with the belt long-term, if their prospect is the fact that he works with the Shield, is a bad idea.
I just
have him drop it at Hell in a Cell.
I don't
or
feel
Showdown.
I don't feel like this version of the Shield is going to be like Shield 1.0, where they're always just seen together. This is going to be more of like the Elite, where you have each of them operating in their own divisions autonomously, but when they need each other, they're always there. And that's what we saw on Monday night.
I'll pay it.
All right. SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Stuff happened.
I want to put my point forward of what.
Oh yeah, go, please.
I was going to say, I think regardless if Ziggler re-signed or not, I think the Shield reunion was bound to happen anyway. But I think it was a matter of whether Ziggler re-signed or not. Ziggler's not re-signed, therefore they put the belt on Rollins. So I think what could have happened is that Ziggler would have won the title at SummerSlam, but then Ambrose and Rollins, in a few weeks, would have taken on the B team and taken the belts off them and legitimizing the Raw Tag Team titles again. And have
I would happily see fucking Seth with 2 belts.
Could happen.
I would happily see it.
It could happen.
Would he be the first person with the IC in a world?
Wait, and no, I'm talking tag teams.
Oh, you're talking tag? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought we were talking worlds.
Nah.
I was out. My bad.
I've seen.
I mean, Seth had WWE US.
Yeah, but I'm talking IC.
Yeah. I fucked if I'd know.
Well, no,
I think
Kane.
Triple H did at one point.
Kane
feels like
Kane did
Triple
at one point as well in 2002 when he was tag team champion with the Hurricane. He was also Intercontinental champion. And
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
and lost both belts in October.
Interesting enough, I don't think they considered Dean or Title a tag winner when he was US champion because I didn't think they freebirded that. So I think it was just Roman and Seth that were tag champions.
And Dean was US.
And Dean was just US, but he wasn't considered Freebird as also tag champion.
No, I don't
No,
think
because he didn't tag because he was the leader and the initial version of the Shield.
Mm.
And then somehow Roman got to be the leader.
I know, I'm very aware, but that's what I'm saying. No, because they were still the Shield though, right? So they did.
No, the tag credit goes to Roman and Rollins.
Yeah, but it doesn't go to the Shield.
No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
it's very much Roman and Rollins.
Yeah.
It's not like a New Day thing where they're just.
Albeit they defended it as the Shield though. That's
did.
what I'm saying. It's like
I know, but because you had
it's a weird
because
one,
you had
though.
that third belt where Dean was the US title holder, he didn't need to defend the tag team title.
But Adam Cole is considered to be tag champion.
that's a different story.
Is he? Has he defended the belts?
He has.
Yes.
Because when Fish dipped, he defended
Oh,
it.
before.
And then Roddy turned,
Roddy
and then
came
they
up.
moved Roddy in that position.
Yep.
So they impromptu. I think.
Yeah,
but the
but-
problem there was,
But
before
Roddy turned the same pay-per-view where
he defended it.
no, Roddy turned the same pay-per-view where Cole got the US or the North American title.
But he
He
still
technically defended
still
it
defended it
later that night.
Yeah.
But for the miracle,
But that's what I'm saying. Freebird, like this is what we're all just going in fantasy kayfabe world of how WWE works. That's what I'm saying.
well, do you want them to fucking freebird the Universal title? Because I would be all about that.
Universal title.
Yeah, why not? They're the Shield. One of them's got the Universal title. All three.
No,
of
no,
them.
single belt, very, very different. Tag belt, completely different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If we were, because I think before Adam Cole defended it, he wasn't considered the champion. But then he defended it, so they impromptu freebirded it.
Yeah.
So I think from this point on, he's still considered tag champion with them.
Well, tag champion, it just says undisputed era. It doesn't say.
True.
It doesn't say the
Oh
Roddy-
well, no. See, this is what I'm picking at. Like that's what I'm saying. That's where like we like Dean. That's why I'm saying the Shield situation is possibly the only one else like that because Dean was part of Shield, but is not considered tag champion and only the US title holder, despite being part of Shield at the time. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's weird how they work the Freebird rule because they impromptu implied it when Adam Cole did it. So it's
Yeah.
like, well, they can do it. They can stretch their own rules.
Yeah.
Then why don't we stretch it to Dean like that?
Don't know.
Has Dean got a tag belt under his?
Yeah, him and Seth won it.
Yeah, they
last
did. Yeah, true. And that's how he became great. Yeah.
Yeah.
SmackDown. What's happened? Besides the amazing Becky Lynch promo that we got from her.
She had a good promo.
Superface.
Joe had a good promo.
Miz had a good promo.
Miz had a good promo with Daniel Bryan.
Maurice even had a good promo too.
Yeah.
Why don't you-
Paige had a good promo.
And then the tag match at the end of the night was pretty good.
Yeah, New Day,
And
New
New
Day
Day.
won. And
New tag team champions.
who do we think is going to... Well, we think the bar now moving forward are going to be the challengers.
Hopefully.
Oh, did you, the promo backstage with the bar and,
I
and
love
the Good
that.
Brothers?
That was good.
fucking hilarious.
Good promo.
Great promo.
Great promo.
Good brothers.
Was there only just one match on the card and just promo?
no, there was a few matches on.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton was pretty good.
Good promo.
Yep. And
Fucking
I-
Jeff Hardy just tore Randy apart after the match, which was fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
AJ said 12 words.
His back
and then
hurts apparently, but
And then AJ said 12 words, and Samoa Joe put him in a sleeper hold and said, "Hey, he dropped the windy thing again, saying, it's a shame though, because your kids won't. Daddy's not gonna say goodnight to your kids because he's already good. He's already asleep, or he's already gone good nights."
God, Joe's so good.
He is. Lock them inside a fucking Hell in a Cell and let them
I'm
kill
looking-
each other.
I'm looking forward to that in a few weeks.
That'd be good.
That'll be confirmed hopefully
Yeah.
next week.
It was a hell of a 5 days of wrestling.
Yep.
I'm ready for a bit of a break.
Yeah. I'm not ingesting the product at all in the next
Yeah.
month.
No,
And
I
also to
might
be-
watch a bit of New Japan, but apart from
And
that,
also, to be fair, I really don't care about the NXT after Takeover because it's just matches that they pre-taped before the event itself.
Kairi Sane.
good on her.
Good on her.
All right,
Congratulations,
moment
mate.
of the entire weekend. What do you got? 5 days of wrestling. What's the one thing that sticks out to you?
You can ask Michael first, I'm thinking.
All right, Michael.
I'm actually going to go one local and one
Yeah,
NXT.
sure.
So I'm going to go with Slex over Osprey as my good moment for the local side. because they put on a fucking good match.
Yep.
But then probably the one thing I took away from this weekend was I think that Shayna Baszler is ready for the main roster, and that Kairi Sane has a plethora of talent, including Bianca Belair, Lacey Evans, Dakota Kai, and a few others as well, in her wake, ready to go and challenge for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yep. David?
I'm just going to go whole weekend as a whole. And not do
Just all of it?
The Demon Finn.
Demon Finn.
The Demon Finn.
It felt...
It's...
Oh, I
don't care. I don't care if it wasn't booked. I don't care.
The moment the lights dropped and you got the... Dun, 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 I was marking out.
This is like more to my... Like, I know I've been saying it for the longest time, but... You can't deny it. Like, I just don't understand how people deny it. Finn is still so over.
He is.
Regardless of how the man is booked, how he's booked backstage, how he's looked at, the man is so fucking over.
And who broke that news exclusively? That he was going to come out as Damon Finn?
Great, dude. You didn't break it.
Probably WrestleLink.
So I'm saying, doesn't have an original wrestler opinion to his name.
I broke the story, though.
But yeah, Demon Finn.
Cage side seats.
And it's so... It's just good to see that they are acknowledging the fact that we damn well know that he's our best commodity.
Yeah.
Like, now that Brock has dipped.
Now that Brock has dipped.
I was waiting for him to go full stop after saying Finn was wrestling's
Finn's
best commodity.
Best commodity. Demon Finn is the best commodity in wrestling. Yeah. And he's the most well-protected IP in wrestling.
Is Brock still wrestling's best commodity at the moment?
Yeah, you announced him next week.
Where is he?
That's the point.
Yeah, is he the best commodity now? No, I don't think so. Demon Finn is, and so is AJ. Ricki.
Can we...
I mean, after going to an awesome live show on Saturday night, watching a great TakeOver, a great SummerSlam, it's still the Shield getting back together. I didn't mark out harder for the entire weekend than that moment for me. So Monday Night Raw, the Shield getting back together, it capped off to me a fucking good weekend in wrestling, and I was on the couch watching it, and like that's thing, like it's great when like all you guys are around. We had like I think 8-9 people around at my place on Monday morning to watch SummerSlam, and it was great because you get the atmosphere and we're all yelling at the TV and going crazy. But me alone on the couch the next day, a bit hungover, watching the Shield come out, I marked out massively, and that's that feeling that you love in wrestling. It's that fully unexpected, did not see that coming for the life of me, out of left field thing. You don't get them very often. And
probably the greatest ending
awesome.
Raw's had in a very long time since Kevin Owens win the Universal Championship.
Yeah, look, it's been slim pickings on Raw for a while, and that was just it's such a good way to end Raw. And
it really grabs a lot of people's interest now, going, oh fuck, I've got to watch Raw now because the Shield are back together.
That's the thing, like, they're probably coming out segment 1 next week, and I'm going to be watching. So it was fucking awesome. But yeah, it was an awesome weekend of wrestling. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Same here.
Yeah. Wrestling's good right now. Let's just enjoy it for a little bit.
Indulge.
Let's just soak in it. It's just wrestling's good.
It is.
Wrestling's good right now. Let's enjoy it. Even though Brock's gone, it's still good. So anyway, you can find us everywhere at Australia Mania Pod. That's StrayManiapod. Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can follow me everywhere at Ricki Needs at RICKINEEDS.
I'm on Twitter at Tomo Media, but I'm going to say this though. It's been a solid podcast. It's been a very solid podcast.
Good podcast. Good relaxing podcast. And this is probably going to go out because we're recording a few days earlier than we usually do.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's going to be up
Friday?
No, I'm going to call it Thursday.
Oh.
So 9 a.m. Thursday, Australia time.
Moving forward.
For now, I will say this will be a one-off, but assuming on stuff for the next couple of weeks, this will hopefully be an ongoing thing, and hopefully we'll get a few more eyes on the product just because it's a bit more reactionary rather than us waiting nearly an entire week to put out an episode. I think it'd be better going forward if the podcast comes out a bit earlier. So
yeah.
Thursdays, this one will be out Thursday, 9 a.m.
No crazy Russian lady has interrupted us today.
Exactly.
And also because we could start in the afternoon and not have to come in first thing in the morning.
It's good. I get to actually like my regular sleep pattern, which is nice.
I actually get to leave a little bit later on a Friday now, so I can actually relax a bit at home on the Friday morning before I have to come here for
That's good.
My show.
I just go straight to Pints.
Yeah, you can go straight.
True.
You can go and see JJ. Tell JJ I send my love.
Tell her I need my tripod back. And David Yang, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Underscore Yankong.
Underscore Yankong?
Yeah, just keep it
Solid.
Cool. And as always, if you like this show and you think a friend of yours might like it, please recommend it to them. Go and subscribe on iTunes. Leave a rating, a review. It helps us out in a really big way. We really do appreciate it. We really want this podcast to grow. We have things in the work. We had stuff we were working on literally today in the studio before we recorded this episode that will be coming out your way in the near future. And we want as many people as we can possibly get to be watching that. So please do share this. Tell a friend. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Wherever you are, let people know about this podcast because we think it's great. We hope you think it's great. And as always, we'll see you next week. Peace out.